All right, well, through the cluster of a million other projects, I am meaning to at least eventually get one finished. This was a wing bone turkey call that I'm making from the turkey I harvested this last spring. So I plan on making a nice one to use and call with this next year. So I put it all together finally, cut everything down to size after I boiled it, cleaned out the inside. It'll be alright, it's not too bad. Made a mistake when I put this together. I was fitting the bones together. As this middle section I was shoving in, and I pushed a little too hard, cracked the bone, so I'm kind of sad about that. But I'm taking a little bit more of a modern approach with this one. I use 2-part epoxy to glue the joints together, the bones together, and which I've done some in the past, just with pine pitch glue, and using my old glue sticks and stuff that I've gathered, and that's fun. That's all fine and dandy. There's nothing wrong with that. But one thing I don't like about it is when I get to hunting, and sometimes springtime turkey, and a lot of times these ride in my truck all the time, and it gets sometimes pretty stinking hot here in the Oklahoma summer. I have one turkey call in there that I use. Sounds like a young hen. And it's a small wing bone call from a Thanksgiving dinner here a few years back. And I epoxy that one together, and that's a nice little call. But it's not my call. I didn't kill the bird. I didn't harvest the bird. So I wanted something to say that it's from a kill, and then I'm gonna go and be able to harvest more critters, more birds, you name it, in the future. Or even use this for deer hunting. Go trying to stalk up or move through the woods nice and quietly, and you could sit there and shuffle my feet as I'm kind of moving through the woods and make a few yelps with this, and kind of put all the woods at rest. Like, it's just a noisy turkey running through the woods, which they would be wrong. I'm a noisy turkey, but anyway, so I glued together 2-part epoxy, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna braid some really nice knots and lanyards to do it on it. So I'm gonna build up a foundation a little bit here. Like I said, I'm gonna go modern, what I used to do when I was braiding. Oh, do I have one available real quick here? When I was braiding a lot. Oh no, my bow's falling down. Oh, this might have been a bad idea. Excuse me. All right. Set this bow. I still gotta get pictures and videos better of this bow that I finished. That's one of my favorite, best shooting bows yet. I'll take out my lamb too. But anyways, here's maybe not this one. Maybe if I did, it's a really small foundation I did on this, because it does add some weight, and I was trying to go a little bit lighter. But this is a double body Boselle that I made, and this is all out of horsehide. Really love starting and riding and finishing horses into the 2-rein with this. But I'd take this steel stick, this JB Weld steel stick, and mix it up really good after I'd bring my bodies together, tie them really tight, and then I'd build up my foundation over a securing knot that I would braid with that, sand it down, and then I would braid the final pineapple knot over the top of that, and it makes for really nice, pretty symmetrical foundation. So I'm going to do the same thing right here on this first joint, and make a really nice, tight, tiny, pretty little pineapple knot. And I'm going to do it with some more horsehide here. This was an excess cutoff that I did to make actually this horse bow here. Surprisingly, it's all from the same horse too, an old horse that was put down, and clients of mine were gracious enough to let me harvest the legs and tendons and hide off of it and put to use. So some people don't agree with it, don't like it. You have your right to your opinion. I think it's one of the most respectful things you can do for an animal when they pass on, because that horse is still living on in this hide right here, this neck hide. So this piece would have been laid up like this. It's coming out of the side of the neck of a horse to back this bow, to give it more strength, more life. The sinew string here, that's the horse leg tendon there. And so that horse is continuing to live on. Same thing with that double body Bosal. It's still living on through that. So I'm gonna build it up with steel stick, make a nice ball, and then change it on the fly. Both those sticks have an expiration date. They're bad. So I got some JB water welt. So we're gonna try that. We're gonna give that a shot. Yeah, what's it gonna hurt? All right, so we're gonna just give it a little bit of time. I shaped it up, starting to stiffen up a little bit. So all I did was try to make this tight as I could, all these spots here, and kind of smooth it over with my fingers real good. It starts getting sticky. You put a little saliva on your fingers and you can start to form this pretty well. But I'm going to let it dry up, and we'll come back, and then all this will get ground down pretty small, but I'll have a nice uniform solid piece of foundation I can braid over the top of. I've got these cut down already, one rough cut. I'm going to take them down one more time to size, get my width right. And with horsehide, they're already thin enough, especially on the neck and belly, and kind of the rib cages, make wonderful button string, for fine braiding, really nice braiding, very strong, but yet very eloquent. And so I use all that for a lot of that button string. So I got everything cut to size now, and I just need a bevel and a lot of this stuff on all the flesh side, I can just take my finger and run my finger down and take a lot of that off. And if I need to run it through a splitter, I can. But other than that, it's usually just run the finger and take the edges off so it doesn't curl up when it dries, so it lays nice and flat. I got the snap all tied up. I lost some of my lubricant, but I got some stuff I think that will work. So pretty much I'm gonna now just pull all the slack, tighten it all up, hide the ends, and then round it all off really good with the antler awl, just to make it nice and symmetrical. So I'm going to do that, and I'll show you the finished product on this knot. Alright. I cut it off. Still not happy with it, but it's going to be functional. I cut that knot off, did it again, but I just got braided lanyard, and it's done. But for all intents and purposes, it'll fit in a shirt pocket or cargo pocket or what have you. But so it'll work. Oh yeah.